Let's start the party.
From hottest topics in the news to one-on-one interviews and all the hit tunes you want to hear, this is what's hot.
Yo, 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 it's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK? Mr. NAACP, how you doing, kind sir?
Doing good this morning. Well, good this afternoon.
Yeah.
How everybody doing?
We are live. I'm good. I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. We are live coast to coast. Appreciate everybody for listening here on a Tuesday. On today's show, we got you covered with the hot headlines, the hot report, as always. And we got two special guests in the building today. Miss Taisha Troy. She's gonna be joining the show as well. You may know her from the advisor of the Sisters of the Mac. She's going to be here live in studio. And Christian Coleman, he's running for Mr. Sophomore, and he's going to be here talk about his platform and all and much, much more. But at first, we're going to start the show off with some positivity, giving somebody the credit they deserve for being great in a segment called The Hot Spotlight. That's after Tyler Water. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. I'm Shimei Cook. Got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. ZK, Mr. NAACP. How you doing, ZK?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Good. That was Tyler Water here on What's Up with Shimei Cook. Let's get the show off. Let's start the show off with some positivity, giving somebody the credit they deserve for being great in this segment called The Hot Spotlight. Today, I'm going to give my hot spotlight to someone in the media industry who has definitely especially when it comes to female comedians. It's Women's History Month. I have been celebrating women all month in my hot spotlight, and today I'm going to give my hot spotlight to comedian Monique. She's an Oscar Award winner. She's a decorated actress, Gold winner. She's a NAACP Image Award winner, former talk show host, and original queen of comedy. And she has gone through a lot of adversity in Hollywood, and now she's recently, if you follow Club Shay Shay, she was on Club Shay Shay, speaking her truth about her struggles with media moguls like Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and it takes a lot of guts to do that as a black woman in Hollywood. I give her major props because she is definitely an icon in my book. So definitely Monique gets the hot spotlight for me today. That's my hot spotlight. Who are you going to give the hot spotlight to?
Yes, man, I agree with you. Monique is a very phenomenal woman. Great leadership.
Yeah.
Been through a lot of adversity.
Yes.
But my hot spotlight today, I want to give a shout out to Robert Corbett, program coordinator for Men's Achievement Center. Great man, great leadership, and really a good person to get to know. And also, he cares. He cares. So great man, and I hope he continues to do the great things for the Men's Achievement Center. Great choice by Jalen Spooner to pick him as the coordinator for the program, and great heights for him to reach.
All right, and that is the hot spotlight. If you want to give somebody the credit they deserve for being great, give us a call, 919-579-2444. That is the number. Up next, we got the hot headlines. Did you see that bridge that broke in Baltimore?
Yeah, man. I seen that,
that's crazy.
Scary.
We're sending one. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we'll have more details on that on the other side. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. Scissor Snooze right here. What's Up with Shimei Cook? NCC Audio Net. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. Got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK?
Doing great.
Good. Yeah, we're in the number. Let's get into these hot headlines. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going to go there. Well, it is What's Hot with Shimei Cook, so we go there all the time.
These are the stories heating up in the news.
Someone is not doing their job correctly because this is blasphemous. I'm sorry.
This is Hot Headlines.
Allegedly. Okay.
On What's Hot.
All right, let's get into it. So, recently, actually this morning, Baltimore Key Bridge collapsed after a ship collision. Emergency responders are on the scene in Maryland after Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed overnight. They said it was around 1:30 this morning, and they're searching for about 7 people, according to reports. We're gonna have a report from CBS News. Here it is.
Major collapse of a bridge in Maryland. It happened just before 1:30 a.m. A cargo ship strikes a pillar of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, sending the principal section of that bridge into the river there. You can see it on your screen. Wow. Officials say 2 people have been plucked from the water, 1 in serious condition, so serious they were unable to debrief that person. And Maryland's governor has declared a state of emergency. This is a bridge along Interstate 695 in Baltimore County. It's more than 1.5 miles long, and underneath it, many cargo ships pass daily. The Port of Baltimore is just behind it. Rescue crews now actively searching for possibly 7 people in the water. Major collapse of a bridge in Maryland.
Definitely send our thoughts and prayers with our thoughts and prayers with those families who lost their loved ones, because that's crazy. That's crazy. Just imagine, and I was talking to somebody who who's been in who's from Baltimore. They said their infrastructure is very old in Baltimore. So, it's not surprising, but at the same time, you don't expect, that to happen to you. Right, ZK?
Really sad, man. You don't expect anything like that to happen, like you said.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that it happened. Hope everybody's okay with that, and I really hope they find the 7 bodies, because the families need to grieve in peace.
Yes, absolutely. In other news, McDonald's is reportedly will start selling Krispy I can't speak today. Krispy Kreme donuts in 2026. What do you think about this, ZK?
I love Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, I love me some. So I think Krispy Kreme donuts are like a southern thing. And I'm from up north. I'm from Connecticut. So I'm not accustomed to these types of donuts. But I was told by someone from here, when that light is on that Krispy Kreme, that means those donuts are good.
All right.
When that light is on, that means those donuts are good to go. So, I'm excited. I think McDonald's' goal is to just make people fatter at this point. Yeah.
I feel like McDonald's really selling Krispy Kreme donuts as well is going to give them even more exposure as well. So I see why they're doing it. And hopefully it put more people on.
Absolutely. So, but we digress. Finally, Dollar Tree is closing 600 Family Dollar stores in the U.S. In locations are emerging. The Dollar Tree announced it has experienced very significant underperforming stores in 2023. In over several years, the discounted chain will shut down 370 Family Dollars and 30 Dollar Tree stores when each store's current lease ends, according to a press release earlier this month.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I feel how I feel about that is a lot of the Dollar Trees and Family Dollars are in like war down areas in like cities. And I know I'm from Winston, so you got a lot of those in like bad areas, and most families need that kind of like store and support.
Yep.
And turning them down just pitiful, man.
Yes, it's bad, but it's business. Sadly, it is business. But that was your hot headlines. Up next is a segment called "What's Hot with You." So this is where me and my guest co-host, in this case ZK, talk about what we got going on in our life. But first, here's Usher in this club. What's up with Shimei Cook? It is What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook, and my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK?
In the flesh, I'm doing wonderful.
Good. And this is a segment. It's time for a segment. I'm sorry, I got so dizzy. Time for a segment that we call "What's Hot with You." This is where we talk about what's going on in our life. We got stuff going on. What you got? So what's hot with you, ZK?
Right now, I've been focusing more on myself, as in. Well, I can tell you one thing about me right now. It's going crazy. You wouldn't expect me to do. Personally, you know me. I'm trying to get a book wrote right now. It's called "What Can I Do Without Football?" What can I do without football? That's the book. That's the book I am trying to get written right now and talk about my life and the trials and tribulations I've been through and the people I've met along my journey to help me get through certain falls.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Congratulations. Okay. So we got a caller on the line. We got a special guest on the line. Hello. Who's this? What's hot with you?
Hi, my name is Sydney Johnson, and I'm running for Miss Junior, and that's what's hot with me.
Hi, Sydney. How you doing? This is Sydney Johnson, everybody, friend to the show. Appreciate you calling in. Congratulations on running for Miss Junior. What's the purpose of you running for this campaign?
My purpose is to change the dynamic of my class, to increase, innovate, and inspire, increase Eagle pride, innovate Eagle wellness, and inspire Eagles to soar.
Major props to you. How was your first campaigning event today? I was over there. You did a really, really great job. But how did you feel?
Honestly, I felt overwhelmed, but I conquered that overwhelmment, and I did what I've been striving to do.
Major props. I'm here with Xavier Kelley. He's Mr. NAACP. He got a question for you. What's up, ZK? Go ahead.
Hey, Sydney. Nice for you to join us. I have a question. My question for you is, what do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table something fresh and new. That's a good question. Not only am I an image, but I bring something fresh and new. I listen to my class and I look and hear and see what they want for the next upcoming year. And I try to work towards that goal. So we're in this together.
I love that. I love that for you. So what's next for your campaign? Today was the first meet and greet the candidates. So what's next for your campaign? What are you going to do moving forward today?
So what's next for my campaign is Yard Fest this Thursday at 10:40 break.
Okay. And are you gonna be at the Fried Chicken Wednesday tomorrow?
I will definitely be at Fried Chicken Wednesday tomorrow.
Well, make sure you guys check out Sydney. Tell everybody your information, where they can follow you, and how to vote for you and all that jazz.
Yes, thank you. So we can vote Eagle Link April 1st. It opens April 1st at 8 a.m. and closes April 2nd at 5 p.m. Thank you.
No problem. Congratulations, Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
No problem. Major props to Sydney. Well, so what's hot with me? Have you there's this documentary, biopic movie on Netflix called the Shirley Chisholm movie. That's pretty good. I watched it. It's a good biopic. What's her name? Plays it. Regina King. Is Regina King? Yes. She plays her. She's really great on that. And also, I've been watching I watched that series, Quiet on Set. We're gonna talk about that in the Hot Report. Dan Snyder's a pig. I feel so bad for those people, for those kids that what they had to go through over at Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon should be ashamed of themselves. I have I'm really sick of that. But I've been watching a lot of films, getting ready for a cruise. I said that last week, but I'm getting ready for a cruise. I'll be leaving next week. I know, I can't wait. I was just in Miami last in the beginning of this month. Now I'm gonna be on a cruise. Wow. I'm gonna get a good tan this Sunday.
Oh man.
And that was what's hot with you. Up next, we got the Hot Report. What we got coming up in the Hot Report, ZK?
What we got coming up in the Hot Report is Quiet on Set documentary, and also we'll be talking about Diddy's home being raided by the federal agents.
Yeah, you got some
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you got some messy stuff going on there. But
lots, man.
Yeah, we got much more. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. Here's Usher Burn. NCCU Audio Net. Got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK?
I'm doing great, aka ZK.
All right, let's get into this hot report. Let's go.
Well, ZK checking in. Mr. NAACP.
Fan me off, I'm hot like stolen Chanel. Lock me up in jail.
From pop culture to news at NCCU, This is the Hot Report
Let's get it.
on What's Hot.
All right, so what we got in pop culture, ZK?
Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes raided by federal agents. According to TMZ, law enforcement sources say agents working for Homeland Security are reportedly raiding Diddy's properties in Los Angeles and Miami. Reports state there are helicopters overhead and local law enforcement is also present. Authorities are on the property, walking through the house with guns drawn, and people are being questioned in front of the house. It is unclear if Diddy's...
Search warrant activities at both of Combs' homes are related to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. However, now agents with Homeland Security raided 2 homes belonging to Combs, one here in Miami Beach, the other in Los Angeles. And late tonight, we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. Now, agents in Los Angeles could be seen walking around Combs' house there and could be seen taking notes on a table there. And a neighbor tells me that about 30 to 40 law enforcement officers showed up to the house out here and carried out this search warrant.
You know, Diddy, you know, sometimes Diddy, I don't know what's wrong with this dude, you know, but, you know, innocent until proven guilty. I know there's still details to be developed, you know, there's still details being brought out about this story, but to have your house raided, and, you know, I saw his son in handcuffs, everybody was in there that was in handcuffs, and, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't know what to say about this. I think we just let everything play out, but, you know, like Cat Williams said, P. Diddy like the party, you got to tell him no.
No Diddy.
Yo.
Could this be the fall? Could this be the fall, Bad Boys?
I don't know.
Could this be the fall?
Yeah, but, you know, I'm gonna let this play out before I comment anymore about that. All right, what's else in the Hot Report?
Also in the Hot Report, Quiet on Set documentary recap. Everyone is talking about the documentary Quiet on Set, which delves into accusations against the once celebrated Nickelodeon figure Dan Schneider. The documentary also shares the names of multiple child predators who were on set.
In 2005, there was another case, Izell Channel, a worker at the Nickelodeon lot in Burbank. He brought a child to the lot, a boy, and was convicted of abusing that child on the lot. He actually had prior convictions as a sex offender, and Nickelodeon didn't catch it. Jason Michael Handy, Brian Peck, and then Izell Channel. These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of time.
This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. It's the fact that was allowed in under Nickelodeon's watch. I really feel bad that happened, and that one of them had a was a sex offender and was still allowed to work around children on a television set. Unacceptable. It's really disgusting and bothersome. But there's more details to the story. Go ahead, ZK.
In the documentary, Drake Bell, who we may know from the show Drake and Josh, spoke about how he was sexually abused by his dialogue coach, Brian Peck.
I was sleeping on the couch where I would usually sleep, and I woke up to him, and he was sexually assaulting me. I froze and was in complete shock and had no idea what to do or how to react. I have no idea how to get out of the situation. You know, what am I gonna call my mom and be like, hey, this just happened, can you come pick me up? I'll just sit here and wait. I had no car, I didn't drive. I was 15 at this time. I really don't know how to elaborate on camera, really. I was sleeping on the couch where I would usually sleep.
Major props to Drake for, first of all, coming out and telling his story, because that takes a lot of guts. That's number one. And number two, major props to all the other people who came out to tell their story and tell their side of the story, because that's a lot. And especially when you got other people who are bigger than you, and for him to go through that as a child, only 15 years old, and you know it's just so disgusting.
Takes a lot of guts.
A lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts. Yeah. What's your take on this, CK?
I just feel if something happened. It's happening to you behind closed doors. You still have to come forward.
Yeah.
Get it out, man. You know, it's gonna eat you up eventually over time.
Yeah, that trauma.
It's going to.
Yeah. All right. What else? We got details about this story.
After the documentary was released, Dan Schneider apologized for his actions in a recent interview.
Prosecutors say watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
At least he's taking accountability. That's number one. But at the same time, you're taking accountability, but your accountability doesn't change the fact of these kids' traumas.
A little too late.
Yeah, it's a little too late for that. But at the same time, and this is so funny, you see how all these his old shows are on these streaming platforms, on Hulu, Netflix. He's still getting paid for that because he's the creators of this show. You see his name in those graphics. So at the same time, he's taking all this bashing and stuff. But at the same time, he's still getting a check. He's still because they're making spin-offs of his shows that he created. And he needs to get paid for that because he created those shows. So, but I guarantee you, and I want to make this point. I've been wanting to make this point after seeing this documentary. You think if Dan Snyder was black, this would have happened? He would be under the jail. That's the thing. He would be under the jail. If he was black, he would be in jail, under the jail. And for him to disrespect women in the writer's room, for him to allow these things to happen to these kids under his watch, is unacceptable. And it's really bothersome. Now even watching the old the shows, we didn't get it as kids. You know, watching, because I know, well, ZK, you're a little older than me, but we still grew up watching Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101, what else? All these other shows.
Cat Dog.
Yeah, Cat Dog. Yeah. And, you know, and we didn't think none of the Victorious, we didn't think about none of these weird, you know, implications of porn.
Hey, Arnold.
Yes. It's just like, it's so disgusting and bothersome. It is really, you know, I'm in the depth.
Just knowing this stuff is going on behind, like this stuff is going on behind closed doors, is insane.
It's disgusting. All right, what else have we got in the hot report?
Former North Carolina Central employee pleads guilty to embezzlement, faces 3 to 5 years in prison. Kenya Ward, who is at the center of embezzlement scheme at North Carolina Central University, has pleaded guilty. Court records show Ward admitted to stealing nearly $1 million of state money between January 2018 and April 2021.
Prosecutors say between January of 2018 and April of 2021, Ward embezzled nearly $1 million from NC Central. Court records list her as a business and technology application analyst and Eagle Card office manager. Ward is the only person charged by law enforcement, but the consequences of the embezzlement enterprise extended further. NC Central tells me 5 employees were terminated in 2021, writing in a statement, quote, "The reputational damage sustained, the additional analysis to ensure student accounts were unaffected, and the domino effect of terminating an entire employment unit was numbing."
Listen, first of all, that's number one. Thank God they caught the lady. That's number one. Number two, I hate when and that was WRAL with the report. Thank you, WRAL. I hate when, you know, the media's calls NCCU NC Central. It makes us sound like a PWI, but I digress. But anyways,
exactly.
Yeah, but it's the fact that what was the point of this? Over $1 million. That's the thing. What was the point of this? Did she think that she was not going to get caught? And I just want to know her motive.
My thing all I'm gonna say on this is everything done in the light. I mean, everything done in the dark comes to light.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And accountability and serving, she should get as much. I know it's Women's History Month and stuff, but still, accountability goes both ways. Doesn't matter gender, identity, or race or anything. Definitely deserved as much time as she did. You know, took money from the institution, HBCU at that. That's number one. Well, we're already underfunded in the first place. But yeah, definitely. Give as much time. Throw the book at her. Over $1 million. Definitely throw the book at her. But and that was the hot report. Good job, ZK. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got you covered with the hot mix of the day. And on the other side of the at the top of the hour at 3 o'clock, we're gonna have Miss Taisha Troy coming in, and Christian Miguel Coleman coming in as well. So we got jam packed second hour of the show. Make sure you tune in to that. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. Stay tuned.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.
It is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK?
I'm great, man.
All right, and I'm good as well. And we got a special guest in the building. You may know her as the advisor for the Sisters in the Mac, and she is a beloved mentor and so much more. It's Miss Taisha Troy. How you doing, Miss Troy? Let's give her a clap off.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on, Miss Troy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me out. This is a cool setup, man.
Yeah, we try. We're a little budget show that could. We're the little engine that could.
You're doing it.
Yeah. I try. I call my show Ratchetness from Righteousness, because I could go be interviewing the rapper, but I could go interview the chancellor too, and that's what we call it there. But I appreciate you guys. You coming on the show today, Miss Troy. Let's just start here. Before working at NCCU, you worked in a lot of corporate places. Talk about your transition from working in corporate America to university at an institution.
Okay, sure. So it's a huge transition. So I started in corporate America telling my age in 2005.
Wow, I was 1 year old. That's great. Yes, I'm 20 years old.
And I was 5.
My son was 4.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, listen, black don't crack unless you do it.
Hey.
All right.
Okay? I'm telling you. So I started working with AARP, which is the American Association for Retired People.
Yep.
And that was supporting the 50-plus people. And that's where I got a lot of my skill set, got my first mentor. Her name was Elizabeth Clemmer. She took me under her wing. She was the director of the Public Policy Institute. And then from there, I went to Lord Corporation.
Okay.
I've worked at Department of Health and Human Services. I've also worked at Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so with corporate is a little bit more lenient as far as it's private. So there's not a lot of stipulations, I'd say, like working with state government. There's rules and regulations that you have to follow. But with those private institutions, then it's pretty much whatever they say. But I would say the skill set just definitely equipped me to be able to come here.
Wow. Okay.
Now, when coming here at North Carolina Central University, it was right in my niche because I was used to working with young people.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's kind of my passion, always working with women. Just coming with a story kind of from a Cinderella story that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started working here, and it just kind of was, I'm not going to say it was easy because it had its own challenges, but I would say corporate kind of equipped me for here. It was more professional development.
Gotcha.
A lot of opportunities to grow.
You have a degree from Central and UNC Pembroke, right?
So the Pembroke is coming up.
Yes. The Pembroke is so you're in grad school right now.
Yes,
at UNC
I
program.
am.
How is that going? Talk about the differences of culture of going, from an HBCU to a PWI. Well, Pembroke is predominantly Native American, I heard.
Yes.
Yeah. So how's that culture aspect?
Oh, it's definitely different.
Okay.
It is definitely different. It has pros and cons, but let me tell you.
Okay.
For all y'all out here watching, if you're going straight to grad school, just go.
Okay, why is that? Why you say that?
Oh, because now I have all these master roles. I'm adulting, right? It's like I got this full-time job. I'm married. I have a family. I have a band. I have a lot of different things going on. And so school needs to be a priority. So it's really hard to balance. So, and it causes a lot of stress because I have to give a lot of attention to schools because I'm getting my master's, but at the same time, all these other roles require all of my attention. So before you gain all these master roles and really start adulting, then I say just go and get your master's so you can just completely focus on that.
We're still here with Miss Taisha Troy. What you got for me, ZK?
I got questions for you, Ms. Troy. I got a few questions.
Okay.
What is one thing North Carolina Central has taught you as a staff member?
I would say to be resilient.
Ooh, okay. Elaborate on that. Why? Why you say that?
So, resilience is all about bouncing back.
Okay.
And sometimes, working with state government, and I guess maybe because tomorrow's my last day, I can just kind of talk.
Yes.
But, so there's a lot of things sometimes that you want to do, especially when you're student focused, student first, like how my department is with the Men's Achievement Center.
Got you.
I'm the data administrative coordinator. I work with data, I work with the grant, but my sole focus is the students. My sole focus is the students' priority, academics, social, emotional, all of that. And so it's a lot of things that we want to do for the students, but sometimes it's challenging to get things done. So it's really hard when you have a plan and an idea that is going to work, but it doesn't go through. It's really hard, especially when you put a lot of work and dedication into it. And it's kind of like, no. So you got to learn how to bounce back. You got to learn how to find another way to get things done. So there's been a couple of instances where, I've had to learn, that resilience, but you just keep going. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, I love North Carolina Central University.
Okay, as you should. HBCU all the way.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You were. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you created the Sisters of the Mac, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Why was it so important? Because people would say, "Oh, why is there a Sisters of the Mac when there's a women's center?" Why was it so important to create this organization for the young women on this campus?
Okay, well, I'm so glad you asked that. So we can just definitely, talk about that and kind of clear the air, because it's two separate things.
Yes.
One, the Women's Center is a department. You can't replace the Women's Center. They are the number one department for women here. Mm-hmm. And Sisters of the Mac is a social organization that was created through the Men's Achievement Center. And I can't take all the credit, because Dr. Heath was
Dr. Roger Heath.
We worked with it together.
Mm-hmm.
So what a trick that a lot of people don't know, a fun fact, is that the Men's Achievement Center always had a sister group. And, it was, I believe it was like in 2012, 2011, it was called Eagle Sisters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So
elaborate on that.
So it was Eagle Sisters, and then I guess somewhere along the lines it was no longer. And so just observing, we always had a lot of young ladies that were always coming into the Men's Achievement Center.
Okay.
Always coming in, whether they were just hanging out, they were with their friends, or whatever the case. And they wanted something.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted something, and I wanted to create some structure. While I had all these young ladies here, I was like, I wanted to create some structure. I didn't want anybody just to be, lounging around. I didn't want it to be like, oh, the Men's Achievement Center just has all these young ladies just around. I wanted us to have something of our own, kind of like an organization where we could facilitate relationships, because I was seeing one lady right here and one right here, and they just all texting, looking down on their phone because they didn't know each other. And it's like, okay, talk to each other.
Engage with each other. Okay.
So it started from a friendship, really. It was a friendship of sisters, and it just kind of grew into what it is now.
Wow. Go ahead, ZK.
So you're more saying you wanted to make a safe space pretty much for the women as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if they're in the Men's Achievement Center and I'm in the Men's Achievement Center.
Exactly.
Then it's like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and create something. But again, it started from friends. It was a group of friends that wanted to create it, and then me and Dr. Heath worked on it, and now it's grown into what it is now. And I was actually shocked to see it grow so big.
Wow. You were surprised.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna represent the MAC, right? I know the MAC has something special.
Yes.
But I didn't know that it was gonna grow that big. I just thought it was just gonna be some friends, and we would have an organization where we would do community service and we would do things. But then it just kind of
took off.
Yeah, it just took off, and I just let it fly, because we Eagles, right? We fly.
I feel that comes with everybody.
We soar.
Yes, soar. Thank you. Correction, soar. Sorry, Dr. Shepard. We're not a common barnyard fowl. You're right.
Yes. Go ahead. What were you saying, ZK? Go ahead.
I felt that comes with everybody really buying in, and also really what it started with great leadership. So that's great that you started something great.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Why, you recently, everybody knows that you're leaving NCCU.
Yeah.
To go, you're going to work for the Durham County.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it the time to leave now?
Well, this was a really hard decision because this is my home, and it's really, difficult. It's challenging to leave something that you've helped to build. But I felt like it was the right time, because this was an opportunity that I just couldn't pass up.
Got you.
It just had all the things that I had kind of been praying for, the things that I had put on my vision board, and it just kind of all aligned. And, I'm one that's by faith. So, everything that's for you. And I just kind of have learned throughout these last couple of years, things have been hard, just to kind of let go and let things fall into place. And this literally just fell into place. Someone reached out to me about this opportunity and said, hey, I think you'd be great for it. Because I had no idea that this position existed. It was almost like it was created for me. And it was just one of a kind. And so I felt like it was the next level. It was like I'm getting my master's. And it allows me to do a lot of travel and a lot of things that I want to do. And I'm still going to be working with youth. So
okay.
Won't he do it?
I'm telling you, won't he do it?
Go ahead, ZK. What other questions you got?
I got another question for you. How do you think the MAC has affected North Carolina Central through your leadership?
So the MAC has had a lot of leaders. I definitely got to give a shout out to Dr. Roger Keith and definitely Mr. Spooner over there holding it down. But I would say what's different with me there as a woman in the Men's Achievement Center, I believe that it added a different tone to the space. So I would say my role, a lot of people call me Mama Troy.
Mama Troy. I love that.
A lot of people call me Mama Troy.
Wow.
Kind of adopted it. I kind of have a motherly tone there where I'm kind of guiding them. We have a lot of students that, a lot of young men that may not have positive relationships with their moms or their sisters. And I kind of offer that opportunity for them to get to know a woman and talk and get their emotions out and just kind of give them advice. And then also the nurturing and compassion that I feel that we need. So I feel like the leadership style was more of a compassion that I had there. Not to say that if I wasn't there, it wasn't going to be, but I do feel like just me being there kind of changed the dynamics and made it really nurturing and that feeling of home.
I understand. Yeah. I definitely understand. You know, what is the one thing you're going to miss about NCCU when you leave?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to miss you guys.
Oh, Miss Troy.
I miss you guys. I'm gonna miss the students. I'm gonna miss the MAC. I'm gonna miss AAMI. I'm gonna miss LMI. I'm gonna miss ABA. I'm gonna miss the sisters. You know, I'm gonna miss Tuesday talks.
Oh,
you know,
and you created the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually ask you a question. Actually, speaking of Tuesday talks, what was the purpose of what was your the story behind creating Tuesday Talk? Because it has affected the great culture of the MAC, and a lot of people outside the MAC come to that program. Just to get stuff off their chest and have great conversations in a safe place. Yeah. So what was the purpose of that?
Because college is for critical thinking and higher thought. And so just observing some of the conversations, they were always surface level and superficial conversations. And I'm like, here, we're in college. Let's really dig into it. So I wanted to create, it was on Tuesdays. It was something about Tuesdays. I think it was just kind of the name. It could have been any day, but it was just more so facilitating critical thought. I wanted the students to dig deeper, and so that's why we think of topics that really force you to really think and internalize and go inside and kind of, I wanted to like provoke the students just to have deeper thought.
Okay. So it was like an exercise to make your brain going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
What I'm all about legacy and your impact, and I think your impact has affected Central in such a great way. But how do you what type of legacy do you think you left here at Central?
I didn't think of leaving a legacy here. When you do the work that you just love to do, you just do it because you love to do it, and I'm not necessarily thinking for recognition or anything like that. But if I would say that I would leave a legacy, you know what? I'm going to say a legacy of love.
Oh, I love that.
Everybody know Miss Troy got a lot of love for everybody.
Yes.
I'm going to say a legacy of love. Like, really, I think when you think of me, do you think of love?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about
absolutely.
you? Think of love?
I definitely do, Miss Troy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say a legacy of love. Yes, I did the data. Yes, I can help with the programming and do all that. But, people will remember how you made them feel.
Yes, and I think I'm just giving you your flowers because you have shown that in a male dominant area space that we learn how to make sure we speak eloquently when we're around different women, because I think you especially had to teach me personally how to make sure that women are, what you say don't affect women, but make sure that your point is across, but it's not offensive. You understand?
Yes.
And I feel like with that, I think that's the mother in you. Like you said, you're a mother as well. I think you're the mama Troy of the Mac, and you will always be remembered as that. I appreciate, and I don't want to speak for ZK, but I think we appreciate the foundation that you left here at NCCU, and we're gonna miss you, Miss Troy.
I'm gonna miss you guys too. And I kind of chuckled when you said that, when you said you personally, because me and you have had conversations, right? So it's like but you didn't feel bad, right? You felt the love.
No, I felt the love. I think it's everybody needs constructive criticism, and I think you have a way of delivering that criticism, but in a motherly way, and giving us the information that we need to know to make sure that we are prepared for corporate America and the real world when we leave the nest, as they say.
What do you think?
I would have to say 3 words to describe you, Miss Troy. It would have to be strong, wise, and smart.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, ZK.
Thank you, Miss Troy. We appreciate you for coming on. You can go say your final goodbyes to Miss Troy on March 28th from 1 to 3. Her farewell party will be in the Student Center at in room 201 and 2202. Make sure you go give Miss Troy some love. Thank you so much, Miss Troy.
Come out, bring us
yes.
beer.
And can I say one final thing to the students?
Go ahead.
Okay, to all the NCCU students, those who know me, and those maybe who won't know me. It has been an honor working here at North Carolina Central University, and I definitely have high hopes for all of my Eagles, right? Because you're here.
Yes.
You're here in this space, and so make the most of it. And, I love you all, and peace out, NCCU.
And we love you, Miss Troy, and appreciate you for coming on the show. Thank you so much. Love you, love. Clap it up for Miss Troy, everybody. Up next, we got Christian Coleman in the building. He's running for Mr. Sophomore. That's on the other side. Thank you so much. But it is What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my special guest, co-host Xavier Kelley in the building. How you doing, ZK?
I'm doing great, man.
That's good. And we got another special guest in the building. And you may know him. He is a Cheatham White Scholar. He is a part of the LMI program, and he is running for Mr. Sophomore. It is Mr. Christian Coleman in the building. How you doing, Christian?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on. First of all, how today was the first campaign? Campaigning. The meet and greet. How was that today? How was the experience like today?
I gotta say, some people might remember me from last year when
I
ran. But I gotta say, I feel like I definitely brought the energy this year. So I'm definitely campaigning hard and doing my best. So I'm glad about the outcome of the meet and greet and all the people I got to meet.
Okay. Why are you running for Mr. Sophomore? What's the purpose of you running right here?
I really feel like I should run for Mr. Sophomore because of the change that I want to bring not only to North Carolina Central University but also to the surrounding Durham area.
Okay.
A lot of people, they focus on what fun events can we do on campus, but I really want to focus more on the surrounding area, because when people come to North Carolina Central University, they also think of Durham.
The Bull City.
I feel like the Bull City, and I really feel like my platform Fresh focuses on this and emphasizes giving back to the sloping hills and verdant greens and focusing on giving back to Durham.
What are the things that you want to do for your class?
The things I really want to do for my class are, of course, give back to them, give back to, our illustrious school.
Yep.
So some of the things that I'm planning are actually during my campaign week. I have a miscellaneous drive that I told some people about during during my meet and greet, where people can donate canned goods, hygiene products, or just school supplies, things like that.
That's
just
smart.
To donate to not only the North Carolina Central Food Pantry, because I was actually, when I was planning my campaign, I was talking to them about, what things do they need. So, you know, giving back to the food pantry and giving back to the local areas like C.C. Spalding, Fayetteville Street.
Okay.
And also, I'm looking to give people that donate and help distribute at the elementary school some service hours.
Gotcha.
So I know everybody loves service hours.
Yes, you need it. It's no choice. Truth in service. Go ahead, ZK. What questions you got?
One of the questions I have for you right now, Christian. Nice for you to join us, by the way.
Of course.
What are ways that you are connecting with voters right now?
One way that I say I'm connecting with voters are just really showing that I'm a voice for them. I'm a vessel for them to use. I feel like that's really what any mister or any position in SGA or Royal Court should really be.
Yes.
And so, you know, during my meet and greet, I was crowning all the people that came up and talked to me.
Gotcha.
Because everybody is their own king or queen.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just a vessel for them to voice their opinions on.
Okay.
I would say I have to agree with that. As a mister myself, I'm Mr. NAACP, so I definitely would say I have to agree with that, and that you have to let people know like they mean something.
Absolutely.
Because many people are not let known that. And the way you greet somebody, let them know they're important, really can make them feel, really turn that bad day into a great day, or even make them feel better and have them take off.
Exactly, and I really want to add to that. You know, for my campaign, you know, we have to wear suits and everything. But, you know, for my campaign today, I was wearing some Jordans.
But you had a suit on still.
But I did have a suit on, but, yeah, as formality. But, you know, just bringing that
swagger.
The swagger.
Yeah.
And that I'm, you know,
and being your true, authentic self.
Exactly.
Okay.
And just showing that I'm not changing who I am because of this position.
As you should. Because people do that. Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yes, they do that.
Agree. But just that, you know, I'm not going to change up once if I get the position. But but yeah, really showing that I'm a people's person and I'm just like anybody else. It's just a title.
All right. So that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
What was the inspiration behind you running for Mr. Sophomore?
Really the inspiration is that I will say social media, like Fizz and Instagram. I saw, and just hearing other people's opinions, people talking about these different problems that they have on campus.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed like a lot of people, they don't have LinkedIn pages. Like some people don't
which
even.
Which is bothersome.
People
which
don't
is
even
bothersome
have,
as a college student.
People don't even have that.
Or a headshot.
Or headshots.
Yeah, that's blasphemous.
I'm gonna get to that. But I really want to say I've been fortunate to have the resources where, you know, I've taken a class where they teach you how to do that. You know, I've gone to conferences and all that, and they teach you how to do that. But, you know, some people aren't able, you know, some people aren't as fortunate as me to get those resources.
Yeah.
So an inspiration is, you know, using the resources that I have as a Cheatham White Scholar and just being involved on campus and sharing those with everybody, because I believe, like I said, for my platform, everybody's their own king and queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really bringing everybody up to that equal excellence that North Carolina Central is supposed to symbolize.
Absolutely. You know, you talked about Fizz in Instagram and social media, and we had last week Imani Clicksdale, who's the current Miss Freshman right now. And she said that, I'm not quoting her directly, but I'm paraphrasing here. She said that Fizz really, you know, ruined her mental health in a way, because, you know, her perspective of how people took her. How do you plan to deal with the negative noise like Fizz and all that jazz if you were to win?
Well, I will say, you know, last year when I ran with my platform, I did get some hate on Fizz. You know, people clowning my post or my platform, all that. I will say, you know, it hurts, it stings for a minute, but you got to realize that it takes courage doing what you're doing.
Yes.
It really does, standing in front of people, you know, putting yourself out there. And I feel like that's really what brought me to run again. Because, you know, if no one does it, who will? So, and also, it doesn't bother me as much on Fizz because it's anonymous.
Yeah. Okay.
So
well, there's a way to find that out, but
there is a way. But when you're reading, it's just anonymous. Yeah, so it's more of, you know, if you got something to say, just say it to my face.
Yep.
I feel like, so you're pretty much saying, and I agree with this, as in it's motivation for real.
Mhm.
It's like a knock off his shoulders. All right, cool. Haters are your biggest motivators.
Yes. Yes.
So, and another old saying, as in growing up, I used to always live by this. Y'all know it too. Sticks and stone might break my bones, but words will never hurt.
Words never
Yeah.
hurt.
Absolutely. I like that saying.
Yeah, I want to add that I will say I feel like it actually definitely motivated me to come back this year stronger and harder.
Really?
Yes, I feel like because I will say last year when I was running, I joined a little bit.
Well, okay,
I made my decision
last
second.
semester. That's not
Well,
saying last
semester.
year
Yeah,
because
last
you're a
semester.
freshman still. So that's
Yeah.
last
But,
semester when you ran for Mr.
last
Freshman.
semester when I ran, you know, I kind of made my decision to run a little last second instead of I didn't really have everything planned out.
Okay. I
but
see what
now,
you
you
More
know,
prepared.
getting that criticism from everybody, you know, people around me and on social media,
Okay.
it gave me ideas, and you've seen other people around me. It gave plenty of new, fresh ideas, innovative ideas for this coming election that I'm, you know, ecstatic to share with everybody.
Yeah, you keep talk about last semester. You lost last semester to in the fall for Mr. Freshman to Malachi Gridon. What makes you believe that you will win this race this time?
I feel what would make me win is really, just like I said earlier, I'm just a vessel for people to use, and I want people to feel comfortable. If they have a problem, they can easily come up to me because that's the purpose of Royal Court and SGA.
Yeah.
And also, I believe I'm a good candidate for the position because, you know, a lot of people don't know what SGA or Royal Court do.
Well, okay. The reason why I believe that, and this is not just for you, I feel like SGA does not do a good job of promoting what they do. I think there's certain people who do their job correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. There is absolutely some
I just
amazing
don't feel
people in
like
SGA.
I just feel like they don't do a great job of promoting what
Right.
they do and marketing what they do.
Yeah, that's what,
Yes.
that's my point.
Yeah.
So like the marketing, and so I feel like I'm a good candidate because I feel like I can open the gate and open that gate to people to the upcoming freshmen who want to get involved, who may have done this in high school and haven't had a Royal Court like I did.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, just opening eyes and helping people see what different organizations are on campus.
What's the story behind your platform?
So the story behind Bel Air Fresh.
Yes.
So
what's the story behind that? Favorite show, or that's just yeah? It's a good show. Bel Air is a great show.
Definitely
It's a great show.
It's a good
on
show.
Peacock. Yeah.
My dad, you know, he loves that show.
Okay.
And you know,
The
my
original?
dad, the original,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
the original,
Shout out to
the
Dad.
original.
Well, he probably grew up watching it.
Yeah, but he was definitely a fan of the original.
Okay.
You know, he's a big inspiration to me.
All right.
And you know, just both my parents, they're a big inspiration to me because they both, you know, they don't hide who they are. They're very unique to themselves, and they stand true to themselves and what they believe in. And I believe, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you know, Will is coming into this new environment that, you know, he's never been in. And you know, he says in the theme song, you know, this place is so different,
Yeah.
new, and so I feel like just still being true to who I am and not changing who I am, while I'm in this position. I believe I, you know, connect with, you know, the character in that sense, and that, you know, I'm keeping my own swagger and my own, you know, style to things.
As you should. Last question: why should people vote for you?
I believe people should vote for me because, you know, I really want to give back to this, not only this class, but to North Carolina Central University. And I have, you know, a lot of great ideas that I'm, you know, looking forward to sharing with everybody. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Christian. It's Christian Coleman, everybody.
Thank you, Christian.
And make sure tell everybody your information before we get out of here. Tell everybody your information. Your platform.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
So my Instagram, crx.cross.
Okay.
Cross. Yeah.
And they can follow you there, and then make sure they vote. When can people vote and all that jazz?
Voting will start April 1st at 8 a.m. and it will end April 2nd at 5 p.m.
All right, everybody. It's Christian Coleman, everybody. And up next is the hot question of the day. So keep it here. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. It is What's Up with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. I got my guest co-host, ZK Xavier Kelley, in the building. How you doing, kind sir?
I am phenomenal.
Good. Sorry, I forgot to turn your mic on.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It's time to get into this hot question of the day. So recently I put out a poll out on my Instagram at Shimei Cook TV, as I do every show. And, and the question was, over 500 people voted. The question was, are relationships in college smart? That is the question. According to the poll, over 500 people voted, and 58% of the people say yes, and 42% of the people say no. CK, do you agree with the poll?
I would have to say that I think I would have to say I agree.
Okay,
Some
explain.
sort.
Okay, why?
Yes, as in, because you will have that person that will uplift you, and when you are feeling down throughout trials and stipulations that you may be going through, bad days you might be having, even with like schoolwork, they might know something you might not know, and they can, like I said, help you, and you can help them. You can get through each other. I can help each other get through hard times.
Yeah.
And I would say no, because I feel as we go through college, we need to focus on ourselves. I feel like we were working on ourselves more and trying to focus on ourselves and figure out ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think we need that time.
So I agree with the poll. I think that relationships are smart in college because we're all here to get an education. So they have goals in life, right? So, excuse me. I'm sorry. That both of you guys have goals in life. So I think that's a good way to find, your partner, your lifetime partner, whatever it may have you. But I feel like with this, especially at the HBCU, I think black love is like no other, especially at NCCU, the women outweigh the men. The ratio to big time, exactly. So it's like, it's so much, women that you can, get to know, not just in a relationship, but as friends, and maybe, carry on to that, relationship status.
To talk more about that, though.
Okay, why you say that?
Cut you off, Shimei.
Well, why you say that?
I agree that you don't have to be in a relationship to know a girl.
Yeah.
That's what many men or guys really are confused about.
Yeah.
Because many women that you meet, I feel, are really, really good friends, are even better friends than most men you meet.
Fair. That is correct. You are correct. Because when you say that, I feel like women are much easier to talk to than men, and I think that's why I feel like women get more stuff done, because they are more understanding. They know how to evaluate situations better. That's why, scientifically proven, women are smarter than men. But when it comes to having a relationship in college, I feel like I agree with the poll. I think you should, because I just always love that, your college sweetheart, that HBCU love story. I think, and I think that's something special. And especially being in higher education, that both of you guys have something going for each other, because you're here. you're not just gonna waste your time anywhere else. You're here. It's a smart. You guys both have similar goals, similar career paths. I think it's a smart decision to have a relationship in college. So I agree with the poll. Right, ZK?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And that was the hot question of the day. Coming up, that you covered with my hot quote of the day and much, much more. It's What's Hot with Shimei Cook. It is What's Hot with Shimei Cook. I am Shimei Cook. Pretty Boy Swag, Soldier Boy, here, NCCU Audio Net. Got my guest co-host Xavier Kelley, Mr. NAACP. Thank you so much for chilling out with me today, ZK. I really appreciate you coming back on as my guest co-host once again.
No problem, man. Anytime, man. You know I'm here. I got you, man.
Thank you so much. Before we get out of here, tell everybody your little your information and how they can follow you and what you've been doing on campus.
What I've been doing on campus recently, man, like I've been doing extra community service work. I do a lot with the youth, man. Like the youth needs us a lot. Like, I'm a mentor as well. The youth needs us a lot. Most of them are lost, man, and most of them don't have parents. Believe it or not, most of them don't have parents to help them. Most of their parents might be working, or just may not care. So that's where we come in. That's where I come. People like me come in, like a man like me come in and helps them and help uplift them and let them know that I care, that people out here care for them, and that they can have somebody to lean on, have somebody's shoulder to lean on if they need help.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you.
And also, you can reach me. My Instagram is WHOZZK, WHOZZK, man.
Major props for you coming on the show. Thank you so much, ZK. Appreciate all the love and support that you have showed me over our relationship, our little friendship, brotherhoodship. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. All right, it's time for my quote of the day, and it's simply this. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. That is the quote of the day. I love you for listening on the show. And make sure you give me a follow on Instagram at Shimei Cook TV. Up next is the Brooke Lindsay Show. Make sure you tune into that. I love you for listening. See you guys next week. The action never stops.